Hi guys, and welcome to D6 Evolution. I'm Wes and this is Andy, and today we are going to be talking about play sheets.
So I think this is a really cool thing, and Wes has got me into this recently, is actually reducing the amount of sort of mental fatigue you get in games by just having a play sheet of all your potential stratagems right in front of you.
Yeah, it's really that aggregation of 1% gains, like small areas that you can improve bits in your gameplay and actually makes an overall difference over your game. So the one way I've done that has been making up play sheets for all the factions to just help you organise your stratagems, really.
Yeah, because there's always been a game. Like, there's a game I've played like the week before, and then you're in the car like 5 or 6 days later, and you're like, I could have won that game if I did that.
Yeah. It's always about when your opponent goes, why didn't you use that stratagem?
It's like, oh! So that's the idea behind these. The other thing we've got, if you're new to the channel, we've recently done a video on pre-game planning, and in that video we go through the key steps and the key things you need to ask your opponent in order to sort of know how to deploy against them. And it's an amazing little guide. It's just a 2-page thing, and it's available, and it's in the link below in the video description, so make sure you check that out. We're also going to be having the Deathwatch play sheet, which is the one we're going to be going through today, and again that's going to be in the video description. We want your feedback on these. We want to know if they're useful. We want to know how you will if you could improve them, because we just want to make them as good as we can, really.
Absolutely.
Kind of make it a little bit of a community project.
Yeah. So no further ado, we'll run through it briefly about what I've set up here, which is essentially all the stratagems throughout the different phases that you could use. So you'll see that some of the stratagems will appear several times, but it's more of a prompt going, hey, I'm in my opponent's shooting phase, what stratagems do I have available for me?
Yeah.
I've also made a note about whether they produce mortal wounds, because sometimes that's a real key one that I want to understand.
Yeah, no, absolutely. If you're trying to get around the vulnerable saves, you're like, right, what have I got? Okay, I've got the orbital bombardment, I've got this and that. And the things which you probably don't use very often, they're those just little clutch little stratagems you can use just in the moment.
And it's pretty worth doing as well. So not all these stratagems you'll be able to use just purely from your army construct as well. So hey, take a couple of moments and just scribble out the ones that you're not likely to use, so you can't use them in your army. So again, it just frees up that mental capacity to scan the sheet for what you actually require out of it. Other bits of information as well that you can use when you're making your own sheets, should you choose to do so, is that important information that I always forget. So
I do, for my own things, I usually put guard orders on, because I always forget them. Guard orders are really important.
The Drukhari, the power from pain ones, because I'm always forgetting what they are as well. So
Imperial Knights, when I play Imperial Knights, I have a little cheat sheet about which relics to put on which knight, depending on which opponent I'm playing. But again, it's just, rather than going, oh god, they've got this list, what do I need to bring? It's right in front of you. Okay, against this army, I need my 4 invulnerable save, or I need my Endless Fury gun, or whatever it is. But you've got that customization to your army.
And there's a wealth of information out there as well if you search on the internet. So I just did a quick search because I was doing some math hammer on the different types of special issue ammunition, and found the tabletop teacher. He's got a blog spot there, and it's fantastic. And he had some information there about the different types of ammunition you can use.
There's more than Hellfire?
There is more than Hellfire. And
is Hellfire always the correct answer?
90% of the time, Hellfire is the right answer.
So this whole sheet he's done here basically just as a big H for Hellfire.
But there are circumstances when actually it's more advantageous to use the ammunition other than Hellfire. So
is it in that one circumstance when you're playing against a toughness 2 Nurgling? Is that the only?
If you take the opportunity to read through the sheet, Andy, you'll find
will I be pleasantly surprised?
So, on the back of this sheet, it goes through it. It's fairly self-explanatory. It allows you to look through and see what ammunition that you should be using.
Hellfire.
If in doubt, Hellfire. But there are better ammunition that you could be using.
Yeah, I think the other one which is going to be really cool to do soon is we're going to be doing a video all about assassins, aren't we? And which assassins to be using. I know it's a little bit off topic for your Deathwatch, but that's going to be one of the other ones we're going to be doing. Just going to be it's going to be on every Imperium play sheet. And which assassin to use.
Which one to use today.
Yeah.
Because if you're not leaving 85 points on your army list for Imperium, you're probably doing it wrong.
Yeah. Absolutely. So this sheet, as I said, is in the video description below. Let us know what you think. I've been using it in my Deathwatch games, and it is awesome. I did actually once not use Hellfire based upon this.
Did you? Wow.
Yeah.
Brutal.
I know.
How do you feel about that? There'll be more sheets of these coming up soon. I've made several for all the different factions, and as I produce them, we'll pop them up on my website.
Yeah, and they're all free, aren't they? So it's
All free.
The other cool thing about the Deathwatch one is you've done Primaris and standard Deathwatch. That's why there's 2 columns in this one. It's really annoying because actually the Primaris actually have really good guns. They're just a bit more squishy, aren't they?
Yeah.
But when you actually look at, they're just doing so much better.
Absolutely. Well, they're not storm bolters though. Storm bolters
No.
is where it's at for Deathwatch right now.
Storm Bolters and Hellfire.
Right. Cha! Well, if you have any feedback, guys, that you'd like to give us on this, please let us know. And if not, we'll see you next time.
Right, take care.
Bye bye.